everyone. Welcome into Drums by Liz. Hey, we're fooling around with a little halftime feel, okay? So many times when we're playing in a song, there's a nice little section that we could throw beats like this into, right? It gives it a great little different feel because the snare drum is changing where we're playing it. We're not on 2 and 4. We're now on just beat 3 in the measure, okay? We extend the bass note into beat 2, okay? So what do I mean by that? Like normally we're playing like maybe like 1 and a 2. Well, now we're gonna wait. We're not gonna play that beat of 2. We're gonna wait. Let's hit the and of 2 on our bass drum, and then we're gonna hit beat 3 as our snare note there, okay? So it'll be then 1 and a 2 and 3. 1 and 3. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3. Okay, so 1 E and a 2 and 3. Triplet 3. So that pattern, when you're starting to learn a quarter note triplet, how I explain it to students is to think of that particular rhythm, okay? A quarter note triplet is spread out over 2 beats, okay? And it pretty much comes in line with 1 E and a 2 and, okay? So if you can extend it into the 2 beats and think of it like that, it's helpful to gain the control of those notes. You know, so many times like directors would be like, well, you just have to feel that quarter note triplet, and I could take you through the mathematics of it, but there's not a lot of sense in that because we can't think of mathematics on the fly, right? So I wouldn't want to, be thinking like, okay, now I got to think of 6 notes and where are those notes spread out type of thing. No, just realize it's pretty close to 1, a 2, and 1, a 2, and triple. So if I played either one, they have their kind of own entity, right? 1 and 2 and triple it, triple it, triple it, triple it. Right? And you probably heard that like in rap music, that particular rhythm is used a lot. So just hearing that, okay, and getting familiar with that, okay? So again, that's just an easy way to understand that quarter note triplet, okay? So now we're going to say to ourselves, hey, could I play that for a measure? Putting beat 3 there. And then the second measure on beat 3, that's where you're going to take a little fill in. So 1, a 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, a 2, and 3, and 3, 1, 2, and 3. 1, a 2, and 3, and 1, 2, and 3. Right, and then just kind of mix it up for yourself. Like play some different, like what I just did. So, anything you want to choose to play within the 16th note realm, okay? And then, of course, I could take you down all these scenarios. We could do maybe sextuplets as a fill-in, maybe a 5-figure, maybe an 8-figure, okay? But instead, let's just beef up the beat a little bit and show you a couple different ways to do that, okay? And maybe, in the future, I will come back and show you more of those fill-ins, okay? So let's study now a little bit beefed up, maybe little snare and bass notes to kind of frame all of this stuff nicely. So originally, we just have 1, a 2, and 3. Try 1, a 2, and a 3. 1, a 2, and a 3. Right? Right? It kind of frames that third beat there, and it makes it a little bit more commanding, okay, because of it. Okay? No, that's what I chose to do. Maybe we want to go before the and of 2 on the E, okay? So we could go like 1, a 2, E, and 3. 1, a 2, E, and 3. Right? And that's, that's a different feel, and you might like that one, okay? So now what would happen if maybe if we took it and played it, rather than just the and there, we're going to do the and up, but let's put E on your snare drum, okay? So 1 and a 2 and a 3, 1 and a 2 and a 3, so 1 and a 2 and a 3, 1 2 and, maybe at first just catch it to the and, 1 and a 2 and 3, 1 and a 2 and, kind of like that, but then add the so 1 and a 2 and a 3, 1 and a 2 and a 3. What I like to do then is to add the E of 1 also on my snare drum, kind of ghosting a little bit of the notes, and then, you know, making that and a 3 like be pulled out a little bit more. You'll hear it, okay? So just kind of fooling around with it, showing you that, you know what, just expand on all of these ideas, right? So take that, play around with it, put in those little extra notes into there, and you know what, maybe you'll come up with stuff that's even more exciting than what I come up with, right? Okay, so we're all creators. And I know I say that often, but yes, we're born to create, and just, you know, use the mathematics, use our logic, try to mix things up for yourself. And if you can do this stuff on the fly, you know, you just become a better drummer, right? You can have that good recall, you know, quickness. I can have, you know, ideas galore, right? That I can just fold to and mold to. Okay. All right, everybody. Well, have a great week. Okay. Reach out to me if you want lessons. Thank you so much for all of the awesome comments and the interaction. It's been wonderful. I truly appreciate all of that. Okay, everybody, rock on, and we will see you next week. Okay. Have a good week, everybody. Take care.